Hey, wait! What's going on? Who is this cool guy? Is it me or an alien? I wonder, should I grow a corporate beard? Or maybe just retire to Pandora for a peaceful underwater life? Okay, how is all of this possible? Well, stick around and see for yourself. As you may recall from the previous video, mask tracking in After Effects has many usages. One of them is to hide a person's face, but there's also an advanced detailed option that identifies the face features and track them, and then you can use this data to attach or replace part of the face. So let's start with a simple example of tracking only the contour of the face, also known as outline-only mode. What's cool about this is that the user only required to give the app minimal input. For example, if you wish to track this woman's face, all you need to do is circle the area of the face with the elliptical mask tool. Then right-click on the mask and choose Track Mask. And for the method, I'm going to choose Face Tracking Outline Only. Next, I'll click on Analyze Forward, and the tracker will recognize the shape of the face and will replace the general ellipse shape with a more detailed contour that describes the person's face, and it's also going to track it quickly across the rest of the frames. I can now apply the mosaic effect directly to the footage and also set the horizontal blocks to 120 and the vertical to 60, and this is going to help to compensate for the wide aspect ratio of this clip and create squares. And now in the timeline, I can open the compositing options and then click on this plus button, which is going to limit the effect to work only inside the mask boundaries. And now we can also feather the mask just to get a smoother transition. This is very cool and very useful, but of course it's not the main reason we are here today. So let's bring out the bigger gun and see how we can use the last option of the mask tracker, face tracking detailed features. Alright, so I'll pause the playback, I'll go back to the beginning, and I'm going to basically undo everything I did until I get to this point where I only have the ellipse tool across her face. Now I'll switch from face tracking outline only to the second method here, actually the last method of the mask tracker, face tracking detailed features. And I'll do the same thing. I'll just click on Analyze Forward and notice what happens now. This time, After Effects is going to add points for all the face features it can see and automatically track them. It will also add an effect named Face Track Points with sections for each part that it tracks. Underneath each one of them, you can see a few features that correspond to the different parts of the face features. So we are getting here 25 different trackers with their X and Y coordinates for the selected face. And by the way, you can do it to more than one person. You just need to mask it and then do the entire thing again if you have more than a single person in the video. Now this works best when the subject is looking at the camera and we can see the face clearly throughout the shot. But it can also work with faces that are being partially obscured. So already this is very useful. If you want to attach something to these face features, you can use the parent and link and just link it to the desired location or the desired tracker. But it gets even better because as you can see, we have this button Set Rest Pause. And this is going to appear after the tracking process is completed. So to take advantage of it, make sure that you are on top of a neutral expression. In this case, the first frame should work. So I'll click on it, and once it's pressed, you'll see another button that will allow you to extract and copy face measurements. And this is going to be very useful if you want to add additional elements. So I'll click on this button, and then in the Effect Control panel, we now have another set of data points that we can use. So let's put it to use. First, I'll switch off the mask from Add to None. And now we can see the entire image. I'm also going to switch on the glasses image that I have over here. And I happen to know that this should work best in the last frame here. So I'll move all the way to the end, and then I'll take the glasses and I'll try to place them on top of the nose bridge. Now, all I need to do is press P to show the position of the glasses, as well as Shift S, and this is going to isolate the scale as well. Now, to attach those values to the correct face tracking points, I'm just going to close the things that I don't need to see, and then I'll start by opening up the face tracking points and open the nose properties. And what I'll do is attach the link peak whip to the nose bridge. And this is going to automatically attach those points and write the expression for you. And now I'll close the face tracking points and I'll open up the face measurement and I'll use the face scale to attach it to the scale of the glasses. So I'll do the same thing. I'll use the link property peak whip and point it to the face scale. Now notice that the face scale over here is set to 175.8. So this means that in this case, I'll need to open up the expression and then click to edit it. Then I'll go to the end of the first line, add a divider and write 1.758, which is the factor that I need to divide to get back to 100% for this frame. And the deed is done. So if I'll return back to the beginning and press spacebar, you can see how this works. This is very cool, but it's relatively a lot of work for placing a pair of sunglasses on someone's head. There must be a better way to do it. And you are totally right, there is. Let me introduce you to the Motion Bro extension panel. It's a free panel that you can get by going to the Stock and Market tab on the Creative Cloud desktop app. Then navigate to the Plugins section and search for Motion Bro, and of course install it. Again, totally free. By the way, you'll need to do this while Premiere Pro and After Effects are not running. So I already did it on my machine, which means that I can switch back to After Effects and then go to Window, Extensions, and launch the Motion Bro extension. It comes up as a floating panel, and of course you can dock it to the interface, which is what I'll do. And then I'll click on the Store tab over here. This is going to take you through all the content that you can install, and notice that there are some free stuff here. For example, this 1200 pack that includes great transitions, elements, and sound effects is totally free. But what I'm interested in is the AE Face Tools package. Now, these also have a trial version, which is going to offer you some free presets that works out of the box without investing money. I also need to give you a full disclosure here. I got this package for free from VideoLancer, the company behind this extension, and this is so I can demonstrate it in this tutorial. But this video is not sponsored by them, and I didn't even promise to create a tutorial. I truly think this is a great addition for the price it costs, which is, at the time of recording, $45. And I think it is a good investment, so if you're going to do these things on a regular basis, you are going to be surprised. I also want to mention that there are other effects, more professional ones, such as Lockdown and Mocha Pro. Both are premium plugins that will allow you to track warping surfaces, retouch beauty shots, and handle the difficult cleanup jobs inside After Effects. And there are links for everything in the description below, and you are more than welcome to watch the dedicated tutorials on the company's websites. So, having said all of this, I think we are now ready to see the AE Face Tools collection in action. Okay, so to put it to good use, what I'll do is I'll undo a few of the steps that I did over here, and I'm actually going to say goodbye to the glasses.png layer and just leave myself with the face tracker points as well as the face measurements. So make sure to track your footage using the mask tracker and then click on Set Rest Pose as well as Extract and Copy Face Measurements. This is a requirement for this tool to work. So now I'll go back to the presets. I'll click over here. Let's make this one a bit bigger so we can see all the things that it has to offer us. And you can just click on this and get a sense of what you're going to get using the little preview over here. So let's say that we want to apply this grid on top of her face. All we need to do is just click apply. It's going to do all the math behind the scenes, And if I'll click now on the timeline and then press spacebar, you can get a sense of how this works. Very easy, very, very fast. Now notice that it will create a composition for you, which means that you can try different stuff. So I'll switch off the visibility of this composition, reselect the layer, and then let's examine a few other tools that we have here. By the way, you can also search for stuff. So in this case, I want something with eyes, so I can just type in eyes and click OK, and it's going to show me a few examples using eyes here. I'll clear this search, and I'm going to collapse those folders, and I'll switch to the AE Face Tools. So you've got two folders here, two categories with different stuff. I'm not going to go through everything, but I will take you through some of my favorite examples. For example, under stabilization here, I'll click on eyes, and then I'll apply the by eyebrows preset. Again, all you need to do is just click apply, let the script do its magic, and then select the timeline and press spacebar to see the result. So we are getting the Spielberg famous Jaws effect with the pulling truck focus, or whatever you want to name it. And of course, we need to scale it up to make it look more believable, but this is just so easy and so fun. Another cool example, I'm going to switch back to the other category, and over here under the eyes section, I'll click on hypnotic and I'll apply this preset. And let's maximize the composition frame and preview the result. You can see how well this is working. So to save some time and show you a few more examples, I'll escape out of full screen, return to the project panel, and then I'll open up the funnel folder. And over here, I'll open up the surprise funnel and show you another stabilization frame demo, which I think really works well. So notice the frames here are being taken from the original video. Everything is linked automatically using expressions. And of course, you can double click on each one of these compositions and you have options to control the colors, as well as, of course, type in something different. So very, very flexible. All right, let's go back to the project panel, open up this good mood comp. And just to show you, this is our starting point. Very lovely girl. I'll go back to the beginning and I'm going to play this, but this time I'm going to do this number for her eyes, as well as maybe exaggerate the smile, something which is going to be very popular on social media. All right, the last one is this angry dude here. Again, this is the original, just so you'll see what we are starting with. And let's assume that we want a fake beard. All I need to do is just apply this preset. Of course, you need to match the colors. I'm just going to, of course, assume that you know how to do this. And let's say that we want to give him some makeup, some clown makeup. You'll see this is how it works. It looks very, very believable. So there you have it. This is how you can use face tracking in After Effects to hide, replace, or add stuff to someone's face. Remember, we are just scratching the surface here. And if you need to do some serious work, I highly recommend to check the more professional tools like Lockdown and Mocha Pro, but this one is super useful as well. So hopefully this information was useful, and if so, don't be shy, come on, I know you want to do it. So subscribe to the channel and maybe also like this video. You don't want to miss what's coming up in the future. But until then, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one, 2, 3, and maybe even 4, who knows.